Peace to everybody. This is about Kim Foxx received death threats after charges dropped against Jussie Smollett. And as you can see here is Kim Foxx in the photo. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx has received a series of threats against her life and safety in the wake of her office's decision earlier this month to abruptly drop criminal charges against Empire star Jussie Smollett, according to a high-ranking staffer and a political ally. Yeah, so Kim Foxx has been getting death threats. I don't know what were those death threats. I don't know because we don't know what those were, and of course, they're not gonna disclose it or anything because they want to keep that out of the way, out of the news and everything. Jennifer Ballard, Fox's chief of staff, confirmed Monday that Fox's physical safety has been threatened in the wake of the Smollett case. So ever since the charges were dropped against Jussie Smollett, she's been getting death threats and she's fearing for her life right now. And I know that she just wants to be for this to be over and not have any more of this. The state's attorney's office can confirm that the state's attorney has received threats to her personal safety and security, a number of which have contained racially charged language, Ballard told the Sun-Times. So she's fearing for her life, and she's also fearing for her safety and the security that she should be having protected. But with these letters coming in or whatever it is coming in, she's not feeling safe right now. Ballard said the threatening messages have come in the form of emails and calls, but she declined to provide additional details about the specific nature of the threats. She said investigators with the state's attorney's office's Investigations Bureau and the Illinois State Police Executive Protection Unit had been alerted to the threats. So now there's going to be an investigation by the Bureau of where these are coming from, because they're coming from emails, they're coming from calls. The phone calls, we don't know who they are or who are the people that are making the phone calls to threaten her life and that. Sergeant Jacqueline Cepeda, a spokeswoman for the state police, said the Illinois State Police is not currently conducting an investigation of any threats against Foxx. So if they're not currently conducting an investigation, then what the heck are they doing? They're just sitting there eating their coffee and donuts all day long, because that's what the Chicago police do. They don't do their jobs half the time. Ballard noted that the state's attorney's office has received an influx of calls and messages regarding prosecutors' handling of the Smollett case, while some people have simply voiced displeasure about the outcome. Ballard said there have certainly been things that have been threatening in nature that have been forward up to our investigation bureau. So now the things are coming forward now to the investigation bureau. What do they? I don't know what they're gonna find, but they're gonna find something. But with all these influx of calls and messages regarding the prosecutors, and ever since Jussie Smollett's charges have been dropped and his record sealed, there's nothing they could really do about it. And now they're going after Kim Foxx. A political consultant close to Foxx, who asked not to be named, noted that the state's attorney has recently received 3 alarming letters, some of which have included threats to her life. So now I guess now what's going to happen, they have to figure out where those letters are coming from, because there's 3 of them. that were sent to her. And we don't know who's been sending them or anything. An email addressed to Foxx that was reviewed by the Sun-Times includes racist language but no explicit threats to her safety. So now they're making racist comments to her. They're using words, I don't even know what's on it, but I could only imagine what it is. And I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not getting myself into trouble. But I'm pretty sure you'll get the idea about those emails about the racist language. African Americans need to take a responsibility for their own damn decisions and stop trying to play the race card on every damn situation that arises, the email reads. Let me be clear. I have no pity for African Americans. And in the parentheses it says sick. Who makes S up to push social justice? Yeah, so now they're trying to figure out who pushed the S up to push the social service. But, I mean, whoever's doing it, they really need to go to jail for this. And I know everybody is dying to see Kim Foxx go to jail, but that's not going to happen because she's not going to step down from her job or anything like that. But this person, whoever it is, wrote the email. I don't know, it's just a sicko. A copy of the email was also sent to Illinois Attorney General Quine Rowell. His office didn't immediately respond to a request for comment Monday. The consultant claimed all the recent threats appeared to have been sent by white supremacists and said the others' letters clearly threatened her life. So now we're just going to throw in the old white supremacy. I don't think that's a good idea because it's a bad idea, first of all. And now, and then other letters were of her life. For what I know is they've also been racially charged with similar context, she said. The wave of threats has directly impacted Foxx's personal life, according to the consultant. In addition to hiring a round-the-clock private security detail, Foxx's plans for the Easter holiday were also disrupted, the consultant said. So Kim Foxx's Easter holiday has been disrupted, and of course today is Dingus Day, and but still, she needs around-the-clock private security, but I don't know, they just gonna do whatever they can. The consultant Ben Mond claims that Foxx was stoking racial divisions as she responded to criticism over her office's decision to abruptly drop a list of criminal charges against Smollett. Yeah, well, so Jussie had like 16 charges against him for disorderly conduct, and some of them should have been dropped, but instead, no, all of them were dropped. And of course, the record is sealed, so there's nothing they could really do about it to charge him with anything. And of course, it's going to take 7 to 8 months to expunge his police record. At some point, we have to ask, how is she playing a race card if there are threats on her life and white supremacists at rallies against her? She said, referring to reports that men with ties to the white nationalist movement were seen at a rally against Foxx earlier this month. So yeah, so they were rallying outside her office building, and they were making a movement, which I think is kind of stupid and ridiculous. So now they're wondering, how can this happen against her like that? But things are just not always what they seem. But like I said, Kim Foxx is not going to step down for her job, and I know people want to see her in prison because I know the trolls be commenting on my channel, and they need to stay off of it. But anyway, leave your comments below. I am out.